President Trump's executive order to effectively federalize elections is at once concerning and confusing for those who see the move as a power grab by the president. But the president and his supporters say it's the best way to secure state and federal elections. For more on this, we're joined by Jen Fifield from VoteBeat. Jen, good to see you here. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time. Wanted to go to you for we just need some explanation. So give us a general view of what this order calls for.
Sure. It was a very sweeping order, 10 pages long. I think everyone kind of anticipated this. It touches basically everything about elections, the way we send in ballots, the way that we vote at the polls, and the way that we check eligibility. So I can run through the four major things that we saw. The first was documented proof of citizenship for anyone who wants to vote in federal elections. Right now, people just have to attest to their citizenship to vote. So that's a huge change for the entire country. It cuts off mail ballot deadline on election day, so you can no longer have states. I think there's 18 states that allow mail ballots to be sent in by a postmark date of election date. They can come into the elections office after that, though. It touches on voting machines, on the type of the way that we fill out our ballots. We can no longer use machines that encode our choices in a barcode. That's a little complicated. We can go more into that. And then information sharing. They want our voter rolls to be to sort through the voter rolls with DOJ and look at who is eligible on our list.
Okay, let's start with the voter registration and the documented proof of citizenship. How does that change what's happening now? You kind of referred to it a little bit, but how does it change what's happening now? And where does it, because Arizona, we've been grappling over this for quite a while.
We are unique in that we are one of the very few states that ask you to prove citizenship with documents to vote in state and local elections. Now, we had a federal court back in 2013 tell us you cannot do that for federal elections because on the federal form, it only asks you to attest to your citizenship. What they're doing is they're changing the federal form to require those documents now. So in Arizona, that means we no longer have a federal only list, voters that can only vote in federal elections. We now have, when you register to vote, you have to provide it to vote in any kind of election.
Yeah, indeed. And the certification standards for voting systems, which you referred to here, again, where Arizona stands, what this order does.
So basically, most places in Arizona, you're going to the polls and filling out a paper ballot by hand marking a paper ballot. What he's doing is he's saying, we want that everywhere. We don't want to use the machines where you go and you select your choices on a screen. It prints you a ballot and it encodes your choices in a barcode or QR code, banning QR codes and barcodes, which means for a few counties, specifically, I know Cochise has those barcoded ballots now. They're going to either have to print ballots beforehand or buy ballot printers, which would cost, it costs millions of dollars in Maricopa to buy ballot printers, for example.
I was going to say, some of these rural areas, this might be difficult for them to accomplish.
For sure, they have to make the choice on how they comply or if they comply too. We don't know yet if this will stick or if people will comply.
Yeah, I want to get to that aspect in a second here, but let's keep it moving. As far as not accepting ballots received after Election Day, correct me if I'm wrong, you can't do that in Arizona anyway, right? I mean,
you can't do that in Arizona.
Yeah.
They have to be in the hands of the election officials in Arizona by Election Day, so that does not affect us here.
Okay, and let's go to number 4, which is sharing information. And I think that Secretary of State Fontes was particularly agitated by this aspect of the order. Sharing information for what? On voter rolls? What kind of information? What's going on here?
Yeah, voter rolls. Give us your voter rolls, and we'll check eligibility for you. And also, voting systems. Tell us about your voting systems, and we'll check whether they've been connected to the internet and who knows what else. It kind of a vague mention of that. So we don't really know. Like you said, our Secretary of State Adrian Fontes, when I asked him about this part, he said it's none of their damn business. So he basically is already resisting this, and I guess we'll get to that part.
Yeah, well, let's get to that part right now, because it sounds like their legal challenge is going to happen pretty soon, with the idea that, and again, Jen, correct me if I'm wrong, Congress and the states have authority over elections. It's not supposed to be the president, and yet this puts the executive right there front and center.
Correct. So Congress has given states the power to decide the place and manner of their own elections. And so we manage our voter rolls, and we pick our voting machines in all different ways. Basically, what Fontes is saying and many others are saying is this is an attempt to federalize elections, to put more power in the hands of the federal government to say exactly how we vote and who votes.
Not only that, but I think he went so far as to say that this could be laying the groundwork for the president to basically cut off elections in 2026 because X, Y, and Z, I's aren't dotted and T's aren't crossed. Does he have a point there?
I think it remains to be seen what the end goal is, and I think this is a step, right? We know that there's more executive orders probably coming on elections, and we don't know what he'll do with his data. When other groups have looked at voter rolls, they haven't matched voters perfectly, and it's allowed them to claim that many voters aren't eligible when they are. So he could cast doubt on a lot of parts of our system.
And that's kind of brings me to my next question here. What is this supposed to correct?
This is supposed to be an attempt to make our elections more secure, to make sure that people who are not eligible, like non-citizens, are not voting. That's been a huge talking point. It's to make sure, for example, machines aren't connected to the internet. It's to make sure that it's all of the claims that came up in the 2020 election are really represented here.
Yeah, and you mentioned talking points. They're definitely talking points, but where is the evidence of any of this going on?
Well, I think that's what they're looking for still. And I think that we saw court cases across the country in 2020 shut down any claims that there was widespread fraud. When you look at the voter rolls, you might find a few people who are ineligible to vote. Like any system, it's going to have a small level of, ineligible voters. But I think, by their methods that they've named here and the vagueness of it, we don't know yet how they'll do that or what claims they'll make from it.
And we should mention as well, the order calls for withholding funds from states that don't comply, that don't go along. That's a factor as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely a factor in what local officials are talking about if they comply. Also, there's mention of the Attorney General could prosecute states or state leaders that do not comply. No mention of what that might entail, but those are two kind of threats embedded throughout this order.
The last question here, Jen, and thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. We spoke to Secretary Fontes here just moments after the order was released. He wouldn't talk about a lawsuit. Attorney General's office, I would imagine, is looking at a lawsuit. Would you be surprised if the Attorney General's office did not go to court or at least join some other lawsuit regarding this?
I would be a little surprised. Maybe not here. I know that there are conversations happening across the country. Maybe they're trying to kind of band together to develop a strategy right now. But I would be pretty surprised if our Secretary of State did not try to pursue this.
All right, Jen Fifield, again of VoteBeat. Great information. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.